welcome to Vermont Sun and Shade. So I'm really excited. I wanted to jump on here. So I'm going to tell you the story about the finches, and I'm going to put the camera on them. I want to first put a little cloth over them, and I had to get them water because on the ride home, the lady who had prepared them took the water out. So I had to boil the water and then cool it. So until I buy some water, I just didn't want to give them the tap water straight out. So I looked it up and it said, yeah, boil the water and cool it. It should be totally fine. So we'll buy them some special water. And so what happened is I have been looking for finches for some time. And a few people know this, a few people know. And I just happened to go into the store. It's called Pick and Shovel. So I'm going to put this on the finches. Oh, let's see here. Well, I'll have to hold this up, but let me just first get their little, oops, sorry guys. Get just something over the top of them so they feel a little bit more secure. There you go. Yeah, that's a little better. And because so there's a little skirt for now, but just to help them feel a little safer because they are completely, first of all, they are babies. So I'm just gonna, I guess I'll hold this up. And I'm going to read along with you a little bit about these birds. So these, I know the lighting's not that great, but these are little babies, and that's the male that you hear. I imagine they're nervous, so I want to look up right now how to keep them calm. When you first bring them home. So let's see, probably, because I do have them out here with a little bit of light, but let's see here, to calm. And then we're going to read about them, a little bit about this beautiful bird. Now the lady, where I bought these at Pick and Shovel, she gave me a pretty good deal. I'm going to be honest. She gave me a really good deal. She knows I was in there a few times looking for finches, and I was looking, I used to have zebra finches, and I always loved finches. And I wanted those type of finches again. But for me, as an artist and a person who just loves wildlife anyway and just loves birds, it really didn't matter to me except that they'd be a finch because I like the sound of the finches and just the overall, they're just adorable. Let's see, how to calm finches down when first home. Now they just had to do a little drive too. It was about 10 minutes, but the sun was shining in the car, so I put my sweater over them, and then they started chirping, like just to give them shade on half of the cage. You can hear them right now. They have a lovely little sound. You hear that? This is why I love them. They're very therapeutic. They're not like a stressful kind. Not that the other birds are stressful. It's all in what you want, really. So, okay, to calm finches in their new home, place them in the cage in a quiet, low traffic area. Believe me, this is low traffic. Oh yeah, see, and cover it partially, which I did, to provide a sense of security. That's what I did. Finches are sensitive to stress, so it's important to minimize the changes and allow them time to adjust. So, okay, so I know the perfect place I'm going to put them where they get just enough sun, but it's a really nice part of the apartment. so they can be in the window a little bit too, but not too much. I'm not going to put them directly in the window because I just don't think that's wise, right? We'll put them so they're getting some sun, but so it says fully prepare the cage. So anyway, I got a deal on these birds. She threw the cage in and with the price of the birds, and she gave me a stand so the cage can hang on the stand. So that is still in the car. I'm going to get that, and when I place them. So it says use a dark travel cage. So it wasn't really dark, but like I said, I realized halfway through the drive that the sun may have been, not a good idea on them, and to cover that. So I half covered it, and then they were like chirping a little. And then it says remove dangerous items. Like it says swing toys, water dishes that could injure. Oh, that's in the travel. So yeah, she did leave the little toy there. We're going to work on getting them natural toys and figure out really what they like. So they're sitting right now on the ground eating. I'll put the curtain down a tiny bit. So now I have to, they're eating, so that's a really good sign. That means they're not so stressed out that they can't eat. So that's really good. So the other good thing is because they're so young, they're about 3 months old, and they just got them over there at the store. Oh, good, they're drinking the water. Because they just got them at the store, they probably just are used to a little travel. So I have to get them some nice cold, not too cold, but a little bit more refreshing water. He's the male. Look how he is talking to her. And he's been standing right over her, protecting her. I just love bird families. Honest to God, I just love them. Us humans can learn so much from them. You know what I'm saying? Just in the behavior of itself. Anyway, so then it says here, and then we're going to read about what these birds are. It says here, build trust over time. Earn their trust slowly. Spend time near the cage. I put them right on the table with me right now because this is where I have my coffee. I'm having my coffee right now. And I just love them. They're so therapeutic for me. And and it says, don't try to interact with them. Just let them be. You could read a book or watch TV in their presence, okay? It says use treats as a little bribe. Once they seem more relaxed around you, offer a little millet spray or other treat by holding it near the cage or just inside the door. This will help them associate you with positive rewards. Now, granted, they came home in this cage, but this is a beginner cage for them. Once they get used to everything here, and I think it's really good that she offered me the cage because this way they can, they didn't have to go in a new home and then in a new cage. This way they can stay in their cage that they know. So then it says never force handling. Now I'm going to tell you something about finches. They are a very independent bird. This I already know. They're not like the, some of the parrot families need lots of handling. These guys do not. And this is what it says. Finches are not typically hand tamed. So don't be forceful. Let them come to you on their own terms. Trying to grab or force them into act will cause extreme stress. So that's probably why, too, the lady said, I'm going to throw the cage in because she realized trying to catch them is going to stress them out even farther. So monitor signs of stress. Watch their appetite. So guess what? They have a good appetite. They already were eating their little bit of a bird seed on the floor there. But loss of appetite can indicate stress or illness. Ensure they always have access to clean food and water. Look how tiny the dishes are. I mean, really. Now, she has drank a little water, but he has not. He's letting her get the water, get the food, have the swing. He's letting her de-stress. You see that? That is what's happening. Watch their behavior. Aggression, feather picking, or repetitive behaviors can all be symptoms of stress. Providing more enrichment, like toys, can help. Oh, these sweethearts are going to be spoiled. Believe me, they're going to be spoiled. Listen for changes in vocalization. Now, this is what I'm really interested in, is the types of vocalization, because years ago, like, I don't know, 25 years ago, a friend of mine, he bought me doves for Christmas, and they were the most soothing, grounding song or sounds I ever heard. And they multiplied. Believe me, the doves do multiply. So they were lovely. I almost thought of getting two, but it's a little difficult in an apartment. So these guys are like perfect. And then it says, so listen to changes in, so both an increase in frantic chirping or a decrease in normal vocalizations can signal distress. So that's the number one stress right now. They're chirping a little bit, but they are a little nervous. They're, this is brand new to them. And then monitor physical signs, fluffed up feathers, that's what the male is doing a little bit, can indicate they're cold or ill. It's more stress. If your bird stays puffed up, consult an avian. Yeah. So he just puffed up for a second, and I do know the puffed up is signs of illness. I've seen wild birds do it. So, but he only did it like kind of just fluffing himself up for a second and then shaking it off. So I think he's okay. He's cleaning her. He's cleaning the little the female right now. So okay, let's see if they give us any other info. Okay, okay. So create a stress-free environment. So location matters. Place the cage in a quiet. Oh, I did say that. Okay. Oh, this does give a little bit more on security. Finches are prey animals and feel safer with a place to retreat. So partially cover the cage with a light, breathable cloth. Oh, that's exactly what I did. This is a cotton. You see it? It's a cotton sheet. I just cut it up. Breathable cloth can provide a sense of security, especially the first few days. Okay, so we're just going to leave that right on there. Establish a routine. Birds thrive on consistency. So we're going to get a routine. Keep a regular schedule to their feeding and cage covering times to help them feel more secure in their new surroundings. So you know what? Guess what? Even humans feel safer with a little routine. So, I mean, this is so true. Oh, it says, and then give them space. Avoid consistently hovering or staring at the cage. Give them plenty. Okay, so what I'm going to do in a few minutes after I end this video is I'm going to go out and get their little stand, because that's still in the car. And we'll let them hang, put the cage up on that because they're used to that. And it says, start with your voice, spend time in the same room talking and whistling softly, and that helps them get used to your presence. So, so yeah, I'll be talking with them for sure. Move slowly and calmly when you need to approach the cage for things like food and water. And so don't like, run up to the cage and try to do everything quickly. Fast, sudden movements will trigger their prey instincts. So offer them treats by hand. So we'll have to figure out what finch treats are. Okay, so we went over that. Now let's look at a little bit about what I'm just going to move this camera slowly because it says move slowly. So okay, this is the bird that I got right here. It's called the Society Finch. Now you don't see all the colors right now, because and you see the different combination of beige, dark brown, white speckles. They're just beautiful. So let's see if we can learn a little bit more about them from Wikipedia here, I guess. Okay. This is interesting to me as all heck. So I'm just going to bring you along with me on this, and we'll keep the camera over here on them. So I think they're probably okay with the camera. They're sitting up on their perch and just kind of getting used to us here. So I'll read this as, and I guess I should talk, you know what, I'm going to talk a little softer because I can talk loud. I don't want to scare them. I probably already did, but we'll talk loud. The society finch, also known as the Bengali finch or the Bengalese finch, oh, I didn't know that, is a domesticated subspecies. It became a popular cage and trade bird after appearing in the European zoos in the 1860s. Through imported by, oh my God, from Japan. If you guys know anything about me, I am absolutely wild about the Japanese culture and the art. That's why I do Boro Sashiko inspired art. Okay, I had not a clue that these birds were imported from Japan. So look, they're tired. So I'll talk quietly. And though it was, oh look, it was domesticated in China. So the color and behavior were modified through centuries of selection in Asia and then later in Europe and North America. Another aspect of the Bengali finch that evolved throughout the centuries is its song production. Extensive research has been done and continues to be done in different ways. Bengali finch songs are produced, how they are processed in the brain, what characteristics of the songs are preferred by females, and how their songs compare to the commonly studied zebra finch. So that is the type of finch I was looking for, but we can get a set of finches because I used to have zebra finches. They were just adorable. So these are two though. So, okay. Evolution and the origin. So although the English language literature on aviculture called these birds as Bengali finch, the German aviculturist Karl Russ called them in the 1871 Japanese or mew, possibly related to Chinese mu chen, a pigeon breed in France and introduced to Germany around the same time. So there's a lot of history to this bird. It looks like its origin is Japan. That's what it sounds like here. And then it went to other countries. So let's read about the behavior. The Bengali finches, i.e. the society finch that we're looking at right now, are well adapted to captivity and in the company of humans. They breed well, and they're good foster parents for other little finch birds. Oh, that's adorable. While two males may not get along, it is best to pair them. So these finches are paired, and let's see here. While two males, yeah, may not get it. So two males will usually accept eggs and even partly grown young without any hesitation. So these birds, like others, tend to all roost in one nest if kept in a group. In the aviary, they lay eggs and crowd into the single nest, interfering with incubation or damaging, interfering with incubation, which is performed by the female and lasts 16 days, or damaging the eggs. Thus, they breed better if they're in single pairs. Okay, so we did good here. The Bengali finches are quite easy to look after. They are also quite easy to breed, providing they are paired properly. Obtaining a female pair. Okay, so we paired them. Now, I'm just trying to see where, okay, okay, if the bird is a male, it will immediately display a newcomer. Okay, however, this not necessarily mean their introduced bird is a female, but if the first bird does not display, that it's almost certainly female. Society finches can be housed with other finches, zebra, Gouldian, and spice. Okay, so that's what these are, society finches. Now this is what I'm interested in, is their diet. Generally the seeds, okay, we have that, such as millets and canary seed. They will not usually take live foods, but it has been found that they will accept housefly. So that's good, because guess what? I have one fly in this house, so maybe he works their way into their cage. This is particularly useful if they are being used. You know, this, where they are right now, like just with my voice, if you just saw where they came from, because the little pet place that they came from had about 10 other birds caged with a very loud vocalizations around them, and people, because they were in a store. So this is actually quiet for them, I think. Let's see here. So their songs. Bird species produce some of the most complex songs compared to any other animal. Singing is learned behavior that has similarities with human speech. Birds breathe in oxygen, pass the throat and into the trachea, where it splits off into the bronchial tube and reach the lungs. At that point, they produce songs or syrinx lies. The avian song producing organ is double-barreled and has the potential for unilateral, ipsilateral, and neutral control. There they go. So what we're going to do, I just wanted to get on here and share with you a little bit on these beautiful birds. And so I'll research a little bit more, and then I can paraphrase to you, because this goes into great detail. And what I'm going to do is go get their little stand, and I'm gonna put them up in another room here where it's a little more spacey and quiet for them, and they can rest. So thank you for being with me today and helping me welcome my new beautiful little finches. And I have to come up with a name for them, and I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful name for each of them. So with that, you have an absolutely beautiful day, and we'll keep you updated and share as they get more used to their surroundings. Have a beautiful day.